With Eastwood Realty Group, and I'm here with Morgan Elledge.
Hi there.
And we wanted to talk to you a little bit today about the rate increases that are rumored to start in the spring.
Yes.
Big
yeah,
ones.
we are excited.
We heard 6 rate cuts, and it's not just something we pulled out of thin air or thought up. It is right here. Business Insider put out an article all the way back on November 30th talking about the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates 6 times. And the chief economist over at ING,
Yes, the international chief economist.
James Knightley is his name. He is talking about they'll come at increments and that we'll eventually be back in rates in the 2.25% to the 3.25% as that comes. And again, look these articles up for yourself, read them. This is what's coming according to the bosses of this, the people that do this for a living. Again, ING talking about the interest rate cuts, and they'll go all the way into 2025. So what this really means for the typical seller or buyer is everything's about to change again.
Yes, get ready.
Yes, and if you lived through the 2021 rate cut, it was very cutthroat.
Yes, very. It was hard to find a house that was secured for your buyer.
It was. You could write a dozen offers and your buyer still not have a home. And so it got into this really ugly time where I felt really bad for people. And you've all heard of the people that think like a third of a cup of sugar is more than a half of a cup.
Yes.
So it goes back to that overpaying compared to the higher interest rate. Date the rate, marry the house. Like
Yes.
I'm sure you've heard that over the last year. So what they're really talking about is this is a Forbes Advisor article all the way back from 2021. And it talks about should you overpay appraisal value for a home? You would have never heard of that in 23.
No, never.
It was under sometimes.
Yes.
And that's what the market was like when I started in real estate
Yeah,
all those
there-
years ago.
There was room for negotiation, but 2021 there wasn't room for negotiation, and we're starting to see that trend for 2024 now.
If the rates drop all the way back down in increments and you're waiting for that rate to drop, every time you wait on that rate drop, you're setting yourself up for more competition, more competition, more competition. There are things you can do. Look up things like HELOCs. Those are home equity lines of credits, refis. So think about the math. It goes back to the cup of sugar. People just don't always think about it in this. If you paid $50,000 over appraised value during the 2021 just blowout, and then you refinanced later, or you bought and realized I'm upside down in this house now, and I'm just because I had to have a home and that's what I had to do. I had to give up my firstborn and my college funds, to get it. This is going to kind of fall into that scenario again if it plays out the same. So now is the time to, if you're looking at a home and you're like, I don't know, go get that home under contract, refinance later, whatever you have to do to avoid this. For sellers, man, it's going to change things for sellers
It
too.
is there. Right now, we don't have enough houses on the market, and once the interest rate drops, it's going to be the same thing. We're going to need more houses for these buyers.
And you're going to be scared to move. You're going to be scared to sell your home again. But it's actually a perfect time because, again, there's going to be that low financing. And if you do it in the beginning, before this gets really crazy, go ahead and get moved. Then find the house you want to buy at a more appropriate rate. It can be done. But now is the time. Call us out. We can do what we call a comparative market analysis, a broker's price opinion. We can show you kind of what's going on in the market anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. We have 2 offices. We also have a local closing company, in-house attorneys. We'll tell you what's coming. We can talk to you about what you can do to make that house more appealing, and kind of just get you ready, get you set up, and kind of just set you down the path. The other thing I remember was the weed boom.
Yes, yeah. Land used to be very affordable in Oklahoma, and once that was passed, land skyrocketed, and we had a lot of out-of-state buyers coming in.
And if you're not from Oklahoma, you're watching this video somewhere else, just to give you an idea of what happened, we made medical marijuana legal. It was very easy to get a license. It was only like $2,500 to start your own grow and dispensary and all these things. The laws were really loose in the beginning. So we had a ton of out-of-state and foreign buyers buying land. And, you know, your grandpa's land, that was probably $500. A few years ago, all of a
Yes.
sudden, he could get 10,000, 15, some instances 20,000 or more.
Yes.
And that all cooled off and changed. But I say this to say, if you knew what you knew before the weed boom, I always would say, I wish I'd have bought every little old farm I ever saw for nothing,
Yes.
or piece of dirt in the last 10 years to sell during the weed boom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's no way going into 24 and 25 you can say you didn't know what you know. It's public
Yes.
knowledge.
Yes.
It is right here. It is on Business Insider. It is on Forbes. It is on ING. They are screaming, this is coming for us. It is going to all flip back over again. Because they're talking about cutting rates 6 times. The slowing economy. They did this to stop the overpricing of houses.
Yes.
They did.
Yes.
And anybody that has been in real estate long enough, it does this. It is going to change every year with what's going on in the economy. And if they go all the way into 2025, it could be a long year for you if you're not prepared, if you don't know how to write the offers in a way.
Yes, yeah, and if you don't have an experienced agent on your side, that also makes a huge difference in whether you're going to come out ahead or behind.
Right. And that kind of is where we come in, negotiating, understanding what's happening. Because how many offers have you received on your listings? The highest offer is not always the best offer.
No, it is not. And we always want to go with what our client wants. So yes, it might be the highest offer, but that might not be the best for our client, and we are open to negotiating that also.
Yep. And that may go away.
Yes.
It may get completely different. You may have to be the best offer with $50,000. So it's going to be an interesting year.
It is.
It's going to be a buckle up and hang on year and see what happens, because I think it'll be a market we've never seen ever. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. 405-224-4298. Our website is www.eastwoodrealtygroup.com. Do the research, look through these articles yourself, and then call us.
Yeah, we're here to help.
Call
and
us when
answer
it
any
gets crazy.
questions.
Yeah, we love it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much and have a great day.
See ya.